Welcome to Marketplace with Charles. On Marketplace, we make sure that your dreams becomes a reality. Marketplace is brought to you by Art of Skincare. Art of Skincare, the company that brings out the beauty in you, as well as Busisiwe Selesho, situated at the heart of Ngobeni Nature Reserve. If tranquility is what you're looking for, then visit Busisiwe Selesho. You will have it all. I am Charles Ngobeni. On Marketplace, we aim to empower you and equip you with all the tools that you need to achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week, we bring you insight from experts in different fields of business, from both men and women of faith. On today's episode, we meet an internationally accredited money coach, money consciousness teacher, and a speaker of note. We may not want to admit it, but one way or another, the adage that says money makes the world go around is true. Even the Bible says so. It says money answereth all things. Well, the old preachers used to say money is the root of all evil. And unfortunately, they were completely wrong. It is not money which is the root of all evil. It is the love of money which is the root of all evil. Do you know that you can love money even if you don't have it? And in fact, the more that you don't have it is the more that you love to have it. So that love of money is the root of all evil. Nothing wrong with money. If I were to say it, money takes your persona. If you're stingy, you'll have stingy money. If you're liberal, you'll have liberal money. Money makes the world go round. Money, as we all should know, is a medium of exchange without which many things can go wrong. It is money that motivates people to spend sleepless nights studying, working very hard, doing all sorts of things just to get hold of this valuable commodity. Some people say, I go to work not for money. I'm telling you, there are few people who can say that with clean consciousness, who are there to help people. But most of the people take the money out, they will never work. Whichever way you look at it, money will always pop up and have an opinion in our lives. And we will experience problems if we do not know how to respond or relate to this. Failure to relate well with money has sent people to mental asylum hospital, prison, and cut short many of precious lives from this earth. My guest today will indulge us on some more issues regarding this relationship we ought to have with money. Relationship we need to have with money in order to experience more fulfilled lives. Busisiwe Selesho.
Ngiyabonga ukuthi ningi-invite esihlelweni.
I'm humbled to have someone, a black diamond, like
Thank you so much.
who knows and understands money.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind, who is Busisiwe Selesho?
So, Busisiwe is a girl that grew up from the outskirts of Mpumalanga. I'm a Swati girl.
Yes.
And at the age of 6, I lost my parents, and which meant that...
Both of them?
Well, I lost my mother, but at the time they had already divorced with my father, so there was no longer a parent.
So you had lost both of them?
Yes, it felt like that.
Yes, okay. Mm-hmm.
So at that time when they were preparing for my mother's funeral, a lot of people that came to say sorry to the family made me realize one thing that I did not know existed. They said she had, because I'm the last born and most of my siblings, all of my siblings are older. Actually, there's a 20-year gap between me and them. So I was that extra baby.
Not a mistake.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, mistake, blessing. I'm not sure. So
yeah.
when my mother passed, they were all okay. They all had jobs. They were fine. And I was the only one who was 6 at the time. And everyone that came through to this funeral arrangements, they said, oh, all her kids are fine. But this one is the small one. She's going to need money. So I was thinking, what is this money thing? Everyone, I just kept hearing they saying, I'm going to need money, I'm going to need money. So from that time, I knew that I needed money to take care of me because I don't have parents anymore. So it started then. And when I got to being a teenager, I was told that there's 3 ways to make money. It was either you go study and you get a job.
Yes.
And all the people that I knew that had jobs, they hated their jobs with a passion. When it's Monday, you don't. When it's Sunday, actually, that's where the trouble starts. And the other way was that you have to get a business, do something that will give you money. But then also there was a story around that you see Baba Buskosana, they have taxis, they have buses, they have tuck shops. There's something that's holding that business together, that's holding the taxes.
Yeah.
And it's a snake somewhere in his house that needs to eat. And I'm thinking, Aibo, how am I going to have a snake now? Because that looks great. I mean, business looks like they are always at home, they're helping their community. But then how am I going to get a snake that's going to get hold of my money? And then the third way was that you needed to get a rich husband. And I was thinking, oh my goodness.
At an age of 6.
Yes, well, this is information that I'm finding when I'm becoming a teen. I'm finding out what money is because now I'm looking for money. I mean, at school I was selling everything every day. So I was making sure that I constantly have money every day. So they say you need a husband that has money. If he doesn't have money, he should at least work for the government and have a personal number. Because a personal number means that if he dies, you get paid until you die. And I was like, okay, so I saw also that those people who were having husbands with money and they did not look like something I would want to be. So I had to choose number one, have a job. And obviously that did not work out. As soon as I finished my degree, I was in the IT industry. I studied IT. I got this great job, but I kept resigning from this job to the next because the money was small. I thought the people didn't like me. I thought this was not right. And then I was just every year getting a new job. The money wasn't enough. I mean, 6 months later, after I got my first job, I already had debit orders. People called me, like, selling me everything. I took credit cards, took everything. I mean, the first time I bought something that I own, I bought my sister this amazing flat screen TV.
Yes.
I went to a furniture shop and I bought it on credit. While I was earning 8,000, this TV was 1.8 and I had the 1.8. But because at home, all the room divides are bought by Iskweleti. And I mean, at home they will tell us, if you want to Skweleti, awuphili.
Yeah.
You live because you have some debt. It shows
and
life.
People will tell you, if you have these little accounts, you're building your credit worthiness.
Yes. So you
stupid.
must have, it's life. It's suppose when you don't have debt, you're not living. So that was, and then I probably paid 4 times the TV later on because of the credit. So from that time, I then realized that I don't like the job. It doesn't give me the money I want. And then at that moment, I was a little bit more educated on how to start a business. So I went into business at about age 21. So I've been doing that till today.
You told me you tried this and that and that and that. I'm not too sure. Did you try the snake?
So the thing about the snake was that now I understood that if you wanted, so the snake was this thing that if you want a lot and lots of money, you must have it. But if you want a business, that's just going to just take care of you and your family. Now you don't need one. And that is why even today I have a book called Money and Black People, because really black people are still believing that for them to have lots of money, something, somewhere, they must go and pay for a prayer, get some. They don't believe that they are the people. You are everything you need. So,
in fact, we have got the great God within us. Because, there are some people, this is not only the belief. You get people involved in agriculture. Okay. Yes. There's something like we call about tokoloshi.
Yeah.
They feed them at home as black people.
Yeah.
The maid, whenever she cooks in the evening, she'll cook for everyone, but she'll put extra 6 plates there, you leave them in the dining room. You don't even know what are they for. And then the following morning when you come, the plates are clean. You go into his field. It's plowed throughout the night.
Yeah.
I know there's one other guy around just here, Polokwane, was building RDP houses. Strange things will happen. Who start the foundation during the day, you wake up in the morning, the house is complete.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they were making money, but at the end of the day, they become slaves to the snakes. They become slaves to the
You
tokoloshi.
can no longer live your life.
You can't even enjoy life. The best way to do business is to do it with Christ within you.
Yes,
Who
because we are
enables you.
given. I mean, the Bible says it very clear that God knew us before we were in our mother's wombs.
Yeah.
And all that we have and we will have and we will ever want is already provided for.
I'm glad that you do not try that. Tell me, you are a money coach. What is a money coach?
So a money coach, in about 6 years ago, I had started this amazing company, a health and safety company, something that I was really passionate about, something that I knew that I will save somebody's life. Health and safety, it has everything to do with the workplace and how companies are helping people in the workplace, making sure that if they do maybe get injured, they are taken care of. If they die, their families are taken care of. But most of all, just for them to not even go through all that, accidents, illnesses and all that in the workplace. So I started that, and it was something that I was really passionate about, because at that, when I actually started it, I had gone through about 6 businesses that failed and got me to be sequestrated, owing the bank assets of 40 million rands. Because what I was doing from those 6 businesses, I was running after the money. I would get into a business just because they said the money is this side. I mean, first of the one business that I started with was properties. And I was told that property is where the money is. And I did well. I was buying, renovating and selling. But I didn't care if the house falls on you the next day after you've bought it. I mean, I was just after, have you paid? Is my money in? And that was going well until one day we woke up 2008 and there was the world recession, which meant that anything that was in property was then like, if the house was 1 million, now it's 100,000. No one wants it. And then that business had to die. And I mean, because I was owing the bank a lot, I thought, how am I going to pay it back? Do I go and get myself an IT job? Will I ever be able to pay the bank back? No, I can't. So I thought, let me start another business. I started an internet cafe. It went so well that at the time, internet was starting to be the thing. People found out that there's internet, you can do all sorts of things. And I had one at Pretoria, Sunnyside. I got and found this big hall, put in about 80 computers, started business. I mean, Nigerian brothers were all there every day, and they will pay a computer for 5 days. They will give me cash. I mean, I had no money problem. One day I walk in and I didn't care what they were doing. I mean, they were making people win lotto and do all these things and take people's money. I was happy. They were paying me. So that's what happens when we look after money, just follow money and not care about whatever. One day I walk in, I find there's no computer. Everything is stolen. Now, I did not have an MBA. I did not even know about business insurance, which meant that all that money was down the drain. I was owing the bank a little bit more than before. And then again, that continued until I was owing the bank 40 million. And they called me, they said, no, it's
How
not
much?
40.
40 million?
40 million. I went through, I mean, everything you could think of, trucks, everything. I mean, every time the business failed and I started a new one, I went a little bit higher.
You know, sometimes you look at people who are so successful in life, you think they had it easy.
No.
It's never easy.
No.
You know, the thing is that we talk about our success more than we talk about our failures.
True.
But every one successful business, there are multiple failures behind that.
Lots.
You know, we don't
More
talk about
failures
that.
than the successes, probably.
Yes, we look at the limelight, we look at the success, we forget about the failures.
I mean,
Look,
totally.
you are talking about black people and the money and the challenges which black people have with the money. Don't you think our white counterparts have the similar challenges?
Oh, no, they do. Absolutely. But, you know, when I was doing my research for the book, I found out that white people have more money problems than black people. But white people found how to make money.
Yes.
So for them, it looks like they are continually making money, while black people actually have less money problems, but they were never taught how to make money. So then they do. When a black person actually learns how to make money, they make more. But the relationship we have with money as black people, it's distorted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is why we can never, ever make. So, I mean, Africa is the richest continent. It has been proven so many times that Africa is the richest continent. But how many people in Africa have anything?
You know, when you
Nothing.
talk about your relationship that we have with money, on your book you speak about connecting with money on an emotional level. What do you mean by that?
So, for instance, when we were 5, maybe all of us at some age, probably between 3 and 5, we learned what money is. And other people learned in a good way because, hey, here's my father buying me ice cream with money. Yay, money is a good thing. Another person learned about money because their mother was being clapped for spending more money.
Yes.
Then now, this person in their subconscious mind now, their first interaction with money is that money is a bad thing. It made my mother cry. So all of this time, you are now 40 years old. Your back mind, subconscious mind says, stay away from that thing that made your mother cry. But the other person, for them, money is a good thing. Go and get more because it's a great thing. So it's an emotional relationship because when it starts, we normally don't even remember the first time. Normally, not 19.9% people don't know when was the first time they got to meet money.
Yeah.
But what happened at that time determines what happens to you later on if you don't fix that relationship. So if you were in poverty when the first time you met money, probably money was not talked about correctly. So you are then going to be finding yourself not having enough. No matter how much you work, how much you earn, you will still be having all sorts of problems concerning money. But it's not because you are bad with money, because most of the time we're told you're bad with money, you waste money, but it's not that. It's something that is in the back of your mind that is trying to get you to not be with money, because then it's not good for you.
You know, Busi, if I look around, I see a lot of great businesses, you know, an ace of a business, or a business that could be an ace,
Yes.
but it's not making it.
Yep.
What could be the challenges underlining that?
We were also told that we are good, well, as whoever. It could be a black person, it could be a white person, but when you're taught that you're good as an employee, you will do well as an employee.
Yeah.
But the day you have to take care of this, put it in, it's in your name now, you are the one who's running this thing, it falls apart. Why? Because that word or that thought that we were taught that you can not run a business or you will fail, it comes through. And now you're not failing because you don't know what you're doing, or you're not good at business, or your idea is not good, or your idea is not needed, or your idea does not solve somebody's problem. But the problem is that now you are the one who's running the business. So you find that this is what I call limiting beliefs. And when that limiting belief is you, the same thing happened to me. All along when I was going through making sure that I'm trying to make money, the one belief that was always in me was that maybe one day I will lose it all. Maybe one day. And then that day came. I mean, like the Bible said, the thing that you fear the most will happen.
Yeah.
That day came one day where I lost everything. So the fear that we have, I mean, there's two types of failures that I found. We have a fear of failure and a fear of success. When you fear failure, you can't start doing something. But then you find that a good business, they've started doing something. Now they're facing the fear of success. They will try and self-sabotage themselves so much that they never get the success.
If you look at the person who's staying, say, in a squatter camp, how can they use their unused skills to make money? Because I want to believe anybody in this world can be a success.
Yes.
You know, success is not for specific individuals. Even the people staying in this squatter camp, they can be a success.
Yes.
How do you advise them to use their unused skills to make money?
So an unused skill is something that you have precious to you, but you don't know. Most of the time you have no idea. So maybe you know how to build cars, but
Yes.
you have no idea. Maybe you know how to do people's hair, you have no idea. Maybe so. And then the next thing is that somebody who knows that I enjoy doing something. So you know that you enjoy cooking. So every time there's a funeral, you are called there. You are the one who cooks at funerals. You are the ones who cooks at weddings. But you don't want to charge. If you ever asked, how much can you charge us for? A person is like, I don't know. I don't know. You know, because they don't think that the skill they have, it's for sharing with other people in terms of them getting paid for it. They just think, oh no, I'm so good at this. I mean, even speakers. I sit with a lot of speakers. They are good at speaking, but they never get booked or they never have money because they think this is so easy. I just speak every day, but no bookings because you think this is like a hobby. So luckily if you know, number two, if you know that you have this skill, but still it's this syndrome called struggling artist. You paint so well, but you don't sell the pictures. So number three is that you need to know that God gave you that skill for a reason. God gave us all skills that we don't even have to go to school to make them good skills. Yeah. We have them from day one. And that skill is the only reason that we are here in the planet because God knew that we needed to take care of ourselves when we come in. God gave us the mind and gave us that skill. But then what happens is that when we get here in the world, there's a system that tries and makes sure that it confuses us or convinces us that your skill, put it away, you are going to do what I'm saying you should do. You should go and study accounting because accounting is what I need you to do for me. Then you go and you study accounting, you come back and work for an accounting whatever job, and you hate it all your life and you die with no one rent. But if you do not go into the world and ask the world, what should I be doing? And you ask yourself, what did God put in me? God will say to you, you go and you cook. And when you start cooking, then you become the chef that is known all over the world. Then you sit in front of kings because of your skill. But it's because it's when you've taken the skill and you've honored it. And you find a lot of people saying, oh, maybe the catering industry is so big and, it's so hard to penetrate. I'm not getting business. But there are businesses that are doing so well in there. All the people that are saying there's no business are the people who are in the catering industry that are not supposed to be there. They are there because Busi said the catering industry has none. Yeah. But the people that are supposed to be in the catering industry are thriving. So any industry, if a business is in an industry and they're thinking that they're not making money, they should ask themselves, is this where I'm supposed to be?
Out there, people are talking about the black tax.
Yes.
What is black tax?
Oh, it's such a bad word. Yeah. That is used for a good thing.
It just means that most of the things that are bad is black.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and that also. So
blackhead.
Yeah, like.
Blacklisted.
Yes.
Even the devil himself, who was an angel, fell from heaven.
Portrayed.
But is portrayed as black.
Yeah.
Okay, take me, black tax.
So black tax is this help that we give to our family members that don't have, and we are help. I mean, when somebody else do it, it's like, oh, people are helping, it's relief, it's donations. But once you do it as a black person, helping your family, it's called black tax. But then the problem is this. There's two things that can go wrong when somebody is helping another person. It's trying to change people. So if I've got a nephew that comes and say, hey, auntie, can you please buy me these techies? And I say to him, no, my boy, I'm going to pay for you this engineering course that you study engineering and you can have your own money. Go study it. He goes and he studies for 2 months. He drops out. What happened? I find him that he's dropped out. I'm like, no. Now I'm going to give you money to go and study IT. And probably this money I'm borrowing. But what I'm doing here is this. I'm trying to fix him. And one day this boy comes to me and says, auntie, I just wanted techies. I never wanted this engineering. I never wanted this. So then it is now, you feel like I've stopped my life, took care of these people, and today they are not even saying thank you. But what you were trying to do all this time, you were trying to fix them. You were trying to buy them stock to sell. Don't do that, because when you give them the stock to sell without fixing them, it's not helping anybody.
Yeah.
So black tax is when you're doing it the wrong way, I would say. But when you're helping somebody by sitting down with them and finding out what is their skills, how can they make the skill bigger and help them? And if they want to even do that, and show them why it is important for them to do that, maybe get them interested in things that will help them than just giving them money. So if you just buy them grocery every month, you are disabling them. But if you sit down with them and take them through a process that's going to help them find their own groceries, then it's better. So a lot of times, I mean, it happened to me. My sisters and my brothers and all my family members, whoever could, was always putting a little bit towards my education. When I finished, I felt so guilty that my parents died and people stopped their life to take care of me. The first thing I did, when I got paid, I bought my sister this TV, and I went and bought about 3 suitcases and went to Jet Edgar's everywhere, opened so many credit and filled these suitcases with stuff and took it home. Because I felt like I owe them. I need
to pay them back.
And then I was in debt.
Oh.
But then when you feel guilty, you should ask yourself that. Why did you get taken care of? Because the thing is this, if you can find a dog who does not have a mother and a father out there, that dog will find food every day, will live. But you could take a human being. I did not have a parents, but I grew up to be fine. So the thing is, we need to know that God will always provide people who will take care of you. So then you can also take care of other people. Don't feel guilty.
You know, Busi, I wish we had enough time.
Yes, we don't.
Because I wanted us to talk about the debt and the effects of debt. I wanted us to talk about your 30-day mindset program, which helps to change people. But I know everything is in your book. So if they get your book, Black People and Money, they will have everything there. I wanted us to talk about your online courses that you have, and many, many other courses that you are doing, and many, many other great things that you are doing. But I'm left with only 1 minute for you. And in that 1 minute, I want you to tell the viewers that you are now campaigning to be Mrs. Is it South Africa?
Yes.
And how can they engage with you to help you win that crown? And how can they get hold of you if they need you as a speaker, if they need you as the copies of your book and everything? Sell yourself in under a minute.
Thank you so much for that. I am currently in the running for Mrs. South Africa, which is an amazing program where we are helping women to stand up for themselves. So my course in this is to make sure that all women have money. Because one of the things that we see is that jails are full of men that have abused women. And it's not because they wanted to abuse these women. It is all the money thing. You have my money, you must do what I want. And the woman doesn't want to do, and then she gets killed, she gets abused, all this. So that is what I'm doing in the Mrs. South Africa. And if you want to support me, please do go to Facebook and like my pictures on the Mrs. South Africa page. It's Busisiwe Selesho, and also follow me on social media. That would really help me to be able to share with you my journey. And also, I am found at busisiselesho.com, www.busisiselesho.com, and my email is busi@busisiselesho.com.
And I am Charles Ngobeni, signing off on Marketplace with Charles. You can go off me on charlesngobeni.com or Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni, or you can go on Facebook and like me. You can also get the repeat of this great show on YouTube. Well, God bless you. See you next time, same channel. Ciao.